May has been, such an important part of my life. I met her when I was 16, and most of us did, right? Probably younger than 16 because she would pull people in work and whatever. But it was an honor to grow up among our friends. I met so many great people, and I grew up there. I mean, we used to call her Mama May. I mean, you guys have the ultimate mom, but we used to call her Mama May, and there's a couple of things that she instilled in me. I mean, one of them was, she always fostered my zest and my zeal for business, and I'd always ask her about the business. She'd always tell me about the Rose Shop, and this is how Denise does it, and it's how you upsell, and and she always fostered that and was like, try it, do it, just do it, just don't be afraid. Who cares? She also, early on, she always just had this level playing field about people with respect. It didn't matter who you were, whether you were someone who was walking in a suit, or you owned a business, or you were one of our counter customers like Shirley or Tony or John.
Weo.
Or Joe. Yeah.
Who remembers Weo?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the girl
Remember
with the burger.
Weo?
Was he the guy with the bike and the?
And you don't know that was Ralphie.
That was Ralphie.
Weo would say Weo. Anyway, go ahead. Continue. Sorry.
And it didn't matter, everyone was treated the same. Even the guys that we had to go and talk to their puppets to get their order. I remember going back in the kitchen, and I said, May, I can't do it. She said, get the hell out. I don't know, you guys might not remember this, but the two guys used to come up and it would only talk to the puppets. You'd have to place the order with the puppets. And I would be like, man, I can't do it. She's like, get the hell out there. And before she slammed the door, she's like, don't forget to ask for French fries.
And a large beer.
Yeah, upsell. May was great at pushing us outside of our bounds, just making us do stuff on the fly that we didn't want to do. And I think all of us can agree that, today, every weekend, if I'm cleaning anything in my house, May taught me how to clean. And I'll say one more thing, and then I'll sit down. But I was driving up, and I had my sunroof open, and a bee must have come in. So I was like, oh shit. So I had to put all my windows down and let this bee out, because I'm like, ugh. And so I put all the windows back up again. A couple more minutes I'm driving, and I feel this thing crawling on my neck. So I'm like, what? Just freaking out. And I was like, put all the windows down, and it just dawned on me that that's something that May would think was hysterical. And I could picture May at behind the counter across from but they're gonna make me be like this. A fire like that does not burn out just because she's no longer here. I mean, that's, her laugh, her smile, everything that she instilled in all of us just lives on. And, I'm so profoundly grateful that I met that woman. So, thank you.
No pressure about anybody else.
So, I also have many memories of cleaning the parking lot. I also have many memories of working the counter, doing things 3 or 4 times, always making the rag move, or always the laughter, as you said before, always the laughter, whether it was with you or laughing at somebody dead, but many memories of having a great time as a child and experiencing things, always going to the beach. May was always sleeping when we got there, but we would always go to the beach, and we would always be in Ocean City, and always an adventure, whether it was skiing together as children or horseback riding, or it was just a pleasure and an experience to live next door. And still to this day, I think of everything that I clean and how I have things, how things are neat, and just many memories that shaped my life. And I just, I'm very thankful that I could grow up next to it.
Fran? No. Yes? No? Maybe? Yeah, guys have some stories. I'm gonna read one story, and the kids, you know, whatever. And I'm just gonna read it. So it says, I may or may not have been there. We were leaving a bar, and a guy pulled up and left the car running and went inside. Because I guess he was gonna get like a six-pack or something. I don't know. So all of a sudden, May opens the door, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm gonna go move his car around back. And I'm like, the same story? She's like, the same story? No.
Were you at Tuesdays that night?
No. So this was
She did it at Tuesdays too.
and the cop showed up. Did you wait for the cop?
We didn't wait for the cop.
Okay. So that the guy comes out, he's freaking out, and he's like, and I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna get in trouble. She's like, just pull the car around over there, around back. They won't see us. I'm like, oh, okay. And the cops show up, and the guy's like freaking out, and May is hysterical on the floor. She's gonna like, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna just slowly leave. No, I wanna see what happens. I'm like, no, I don't wanna see what happens. We're gonna leave. So that was my crazy story. But apparently she didn't stop doing it.
That's right. Wherever she went.
She went that night either. She wanted to see.
So there was a time where on Facebook, well, my mom lived in California and we built her the ADU, an apartment. We converted the garage and made it her very own apartment. I always wanted to honor my mom's independence because I always said, I don't know what it's like to be 80 years old. And my mom was the only mom in the neighborhood that worked. She ran a business, she was the boss, she did. And as she got older and couldn't do the things she could do, there was no way I was not going to honor her independence because I would just keep saying, I don't know what it's like to be 80. So we built her this ADU and we get it all ready. An ADU in California is an additional dwelling unit on your property, but it's a little adorable house, actually, full kitchen, full everything. And I posted on Facebook that Grant was going to have his first sleepover, right? It wasn't like, oh, how cute. Here's the comments. Oh, here we go. What happens at May stays at May. All of these things. And then Drea would say, do you know what my mom's teaching Grant? And I'd say, huh. How old was Andrea? I'll let any of you guess. How old Andrea was when my mom taught her to smoke?
13.
12.
Oh, I said 13.
Tell the Walmart parking lot story. That was the best. Well, wherever you were in the diner. We should let you-
Okay, so two
Yes.
stories. To add on to the car story, I worked at Weber's when I was 12, and she said, you better tell people you're 16. And I looked 12. So there was one customer that was like, wow, you know, I would love my granddaughter, my kid to work here. How old are you? And I was like, 16. She laughed in my face. Because I was very tall. I had braces. I was trying. It was a whole thing. So one time we're leaving Weber's, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and she goes, you're going to drive home to Shemuk. And I was like, okay, I'm 12. I'm 12. So she puts me in the driver's seat, and she's teaching me that I need to use 1 foot for the brake and 1 foot for the gas. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And she's like, yeah, no, you use 1 foot for this, 1 foot for that. And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, who's teaching you that? And I'm like, okay. And then lights me a cigarette on the way as we're driving. So when I would get in trouble with Denise, my mom, I would call May. This was during the winter time when Weber's was closed, and I would say, I'm grounded again. Can you come up with some excuse of what I need to help you with so I can get out of the house and do whatever? So she calls Mom, I need Dre to come help me clean Mom's house, which was her mom.
Hey, it's good punishment, I'm thinking.
Yeah. So she takes me to the tanning salon.
Oh my God.
We go shopping. So we go to the Palace Diner, and this was, you know, before they had no smoking laws, but it was, you know, you sit smoking or non-smoking section. So we sit in the smoking section. She lights me a cigarette. I'm 12. And this lady comes up to the table and she goes, "You kidding me? Like, come on, like, this is a child. What are you doing?" She goes, "Mind your own fucking business." And now that I'm a parent, I am like mortified. But also the fact that like I have those memories of like she was just this like bigger than like it was just the best memories, and I know that we were bad in today's standards, but really in reality, like it wasn't anything horrible, you know, but it was just comical that like when I tell these stories, people are like, that's your grandma? Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know any of this.
And
Right.
so
Way. You kept good secrets. I had no idea.
now.
No idea. Even she got busted for smoking when she was 13 or 14.
Well, Jenna would also get.
She didn't dime out Mama May.
No.
No,
No, I
way.
took
I was
the
like,
brunt
you
of
better
that.
smoke the whole pack until you get sick.
But I didn't tell her that
She
the
didn't tell me
autumn
that the
lights I had
cigarettes
or whatever they were
came from
Mama May.
She used to get like grounded and then be like, well, if I'm grounded, can I at least go to Mom's? And my mom would be like, oh, that's so sweet. She wants to go hang out with her grandmother. Because then you would go do
So
bad
she could
things.
curse
And
and
she's
drink
like,
and
I'm not
smoke
grounded.
and
Or take me to a
That was her
movie
punishment.
and it would be like, oh, we're gonna go see this movie, and then we'd watch that movie and then pop into the next movie and watch that one and then pop into the next one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, she was
That's
funny.
me.
Yeah.
In Jamaica.
There she is.
Yeah.
Right?
That's you. Yes. Yep.
June's fall. I was scared. I was shaking like a leaf. And your mother was like, suck it up.
I
was so scared.
Do it. Look at her with her whistle.
Yeah,
and
that baby
her
cigarette.
gloves. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't realize she
Uh-huh.
was
She has a cigarette in her hand. No, she doesn't. Duns River Falls.
Yes.
Is that it? Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dean, that's your mom. That's all right. Very good. You look better, Mom. You look better. Yeah. That's me. Anybody else have a story they want to share? Good or bad? Yes.
Hi everyone. I am Bernice. I am Aunt May's niece. Sorry for me. The last few years, I lost my dad, which was May's brother. And my point is, do not have a fight with your sibling. And if you do, resolve it now. Because I lost 30 years with my family. I lost all those years with playing with Denise, my cousin Lisa. I lost her growing up with her daughters. I do it all on Facebook. My mom, my dad and his sister were both the most bullheaded people in the world. They had a fight. And it took me to get them back together. And I did. And I resolved that fight. And I would invite, anytime Meg was here in New Jersey for the holidays, and Dean knows because he came too, I would bring them to my house and I surprised my dad. And I would have them, and guess what they did? Did they fight? No. They laughed. And they talked about all their childhood. And they just had the most incredible time. And then they constantly called each other and made sure that they were both doing well. And they talked all the time on the phone. And I reunited them. So my lesson is, don't go years because it hurt us. I know my sister, who's 8 years older, told me that whenever Denise and I got together, we had the best time together. And then for all those years, I wasn't allowed, and I would speak to Weathers, and I would go visit May, and I would see Denise at the bars, giving out her roses, and then May would say to me, go work for her. And my parents said, you are not working for her. So I did waitress, but I wasn't allowed to waitress at May's, and I wasn't allowed to give out my roses. But whenever I could, I would sneak there, and I would see her, because I wanted that relationship. And I built that. And my son and my daughter, who's right now in Boston, because today's her birthday. Her and Tina are a day apart. So I made sure that my children got to know her, and you know, and I made sure that I got them back together. And then finally, in their golden oldie days, they finally then they missed each other. You know, then they would have walk and they would sit there in my sunroom and they'd talk for hours and hours about, you know, their childhood and the fun. And then when I lost my dad in 2022, May called me every week. Every single week we talked. And we talked about their childhood, we talked about everything. Oh, and I had all her albums, by the way.
Yeah, that's where I got all these pictures
yes,
from.
So when May was moving, I spent an entire month helping her go through all her stuff. And when they left for the moving, they couldn't fit all her albums, so I took them all. And then I made sure that I sent them out to Denise and Drea so that they could put them all on video. And in fact, May called me and said, I just got to see all my pictures from my life. And what was great to me is I actually made my mom and dad come over and we went through every album. And you know, and even their childhood album and their one with their parents, and and the wedding album, which was so, and you know, and of course my parents were there, and they were at my parents' wedding, and you know, I just felt cheated that I didn't get to spend all those years, all you know, wonderful memories of my aunt, and I didn't get that until I was my 30s and raising my children, and I picked up here at Cherry Hill. And then we would take them over to Weber because I'm like, I don't care what my parents say, I'm building a relationship with this woman because I connected with her immediately. She was so much like me. And my parents aren't like me. So it was fun. And I just loved her sense of humor and, you know, we talked every week until she passed. So it's been hard on me. I missed those calls through also. Denise is going to have to call me once a week.
There you go. You got it. Come on, Lorraine, you got a story. You got a bad story. Not a story. I'm not telling you.
I got a story.
Oh, Dolores has a story. Yes. Okay, good.
Okay, so I was 14,
Yep.
long time ago, and we were at the youth center, hanging out, and somebody started a fire in the trash can, and all of a sudden, you were there. You were there. That's where it all began. And they came and they arrested us all. Well, they didn't arrest us. They took us into the police station, and we had to call our parents, blah, blah, blah. My father was away, so I had to call my sister, who happened to be working at the stand. And she sent, Meg sent Kurt Fleming, Kurt Fleming, to pick me up at the police station. And I had no idea that he was taking me to the stand. I thought he was taking me because I kept mouthing off and she kept saying to me, keep mouthing off and you're going to go to late night. So she came in and she's like, okay, go with him. Anyway, we ended up at the red light where I happened to see himself sitting in a booth with another girl.
Louie.
Anyway, and that was my first night of working at the stand. I got to the stand, she said to me, get behind the counter. I'm 14 years old, I can't even see over the counter. And I started working there then, and she got me through some very rough years with the first love of my life. But she loved him, she loved me, so it was a conflict. But we got through it. And she taught me how to clean, iron, my work ethic. I still have people in work today say to me, where did your work ethic come from? And I'm like, Meg. And they're like, who's Meg? I'm like, you wouldn't understand. That's where it came from. She taught us that if you're going to go there and you're going to work, you're going to give them your all the whole time you're there. And the memories Or
But she was a clean freak. If there was one speck of dirt on her bar, she would freak out. Freak. Yeah. She was a clean
if
freak.
you came to work in a blouse that wasn't ironed, you were sent home.
Just so you know, everybody here, you didn't get an X on the top of your application. She would say, me, Dad, put an X on that. Yeah, if she thought your hair wasn't good, or your shirt was dirty or something, she'd say, put an X on that application.
But Dolores,
Yeah, just.
what I'm getting from that story, which is so great, is that you were doing something bad. Your sister was working at Weber's, so your call for your sister's help.
Right.
Then my mom jumps in because here's your punishment. You're not going to go get in trouble. You're going to come work at Weber's.
I don't think I ever
And
went
there
back
you
to
go.
the youth center
Right.
again.
And there you go.
that's
Right?
not
But she
true.
rescued
Oh, that's a lie. That's, I can't believe you lied.
I know, Diane, you hear that?
Well, if I did,
And they would not have wanted you to.
I didn't get arrested from then on.
Right.
None of
But
us.
they had you
Most of us
do,
did.
which is so great.
Got me out of so much trouble.
No, she got me in so much trouble, just
She
saying.
got me out of a lot of trouble.
Well, you were later in life, and that was worse.
Come on, Diane, give us a story.
She was worse.
You got a story in there.
Do the
I have
shake
100
her.
million country club diner store.
Yes.
Diane with the
Give
super
one.
glue.
Give one.
The
Good
super
one.
glue, like your mom had beautiful fingernails all the time, like before they were in style. And one night me, Eugene, and your mom were in the diner, and she put out super glue and nail, fixed the nail. And then, you know how they put a little you would get tomato juice in that little bowl underneath it? She super glued it to the table. She says to the waitress, take it away, and the waitress went to pick it up, and they didn't like us there. We were good tippers, so we made it. They wouldn't kick us out. They wouldn't kick us out, but they hated us. So she went to go tell. So your mom took a butter knife and popped it. And she says to the manager, try to pick that up. And she's like, wait a minute. She moved everything up, and the guy picked it up. And he's like, okay. So we pay the bill, and we glued everything to the table. And we got out, me, your mom, and Eugene. You know how Eugene was. We got out there, and we were doubled up. They were looking at the table for both. They could not figure out why nothing was
Right?
I told my daughter that story, and they did it in the diner.
And go around at the table and have people take from there. Carolyn, you can have
So on you.
No, none of us do. Just Kim. I don't think it's real.
So nice meeting you. I hope we get to see each other again. I'm gonna reach out. I'm leaving tomorrow for Florida, or else I'm gonna try to hook up with you guys tomorrow. You go Monday.
It's okay. It's okay. But it sounds like something.
I hope we see another night.
Safe travels. And you know they're raising hell to children. Right? They're still raising hell. Yes.
I cleaned it.
It's like right around. Oh, Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Go back. Go back. Go back. Tammy,
I will say, Andrew suggested this great, but like, to this day, when I get a woman touch her right here, I can't convey this. They would come out, all the standing out, can you get, I can't, can you walk this way? You know what I did for her? I think we all have that rules. I'm laying in that fucking bed, and I can't, you gonna do it? I was laying next to her, and she came home, so I was like, Mom, put my arm around you, and I got all this. I was like, that's her thing. That's her thing.